Today I want to tell you my final decision regarding whether or not I'll be writing a 5th pandemic book. Now the next book that I write will be my 50th book, 50. I started writing my first book 25 years ago, and I've been writing full-time for 9 years. So anyway, just thought I'd mention that. But as I was trying to decide if writing a 5th pandemic book was the right move right now, it was kind of a hard decision. I know for the last little while I've been hinting heavily that I would be, but since I've been releasing my EMP Collapse series in audio, and with a really great response I've been getting to it, it made me think that it's probably a good idea to wait on doing a 5th pandemic book. So that's what's going to happen. I'm not going to write a 5th pandemic book right now. I may or may not down the road. I don't know. And let me explain why. Insurrection, the 4th book in the pandemic series, was published in March of 2020, 2.5 years ago. And when I published that book, the series was wrapped up. I didn't have any plans to write any more books in that series. Since then, of course, I've been writing the EMP Collapse series. The 4th book is now out. Of course, books 1 and 2 are available in audio. Book 3, Chaos Soars, I'm working on now to put up in audio. That will be out in a few weeks, in early November. Book 4 will be out in audio probably in early December, because it takes me a few weeks to record and edit the audiobook. But once that 4th audiobook is up, I don't have a 5th audiobook yet. I haven't even started writing it. So as much as you might want to know what happened next with the characters in Pandemic, you might be a little more interested to know what's happening with the people in the EMP Collapse series. Because Pandemic was wrapped up, the EMP Collapse series is definitely not wrapped up. I've had a few people ask me how many books are going to be in the EMP Collapse series, but I have no idea. As I've said before, I am a discovery writer, or pantser, which means I don't plot, so I don't know how many books will be in it. I know there will be at least 6, and there could be more, but I don't want to leave you hanging too long, so I'm going to focus on EMP Collapse, and that's going to be the next book that I write. So I hope you're excited about that. And one last thing I want to mention is I really appreciate my patrons on Patreon, and if you want to listen to my audiobooks ad-free, you can subscribe to my Patreon. It's $5 a month, and it's kind of like Netflix, where as long as you're paying your monthly subscription, you have access to the library of audiobooks that are in there. But again, I really appreciate my patrons, but I just want to say how much I appreciate all of you supporting my channel. I'm glad you're loving the EMP Collapse series. I'm loving writing it. Watch for that 3rd book to be out in a few weeks, and thank you for listening.